Hey guys, welcome back. As I posted, perhaps you've seen it, that I bought a couple of XAOC Leibniz system modules, or the Leibniz subsystem. I found the idea some kind of cool, because it's mainly about converting analog to digital signals, and then so to binary 8-bit, and then modify these bits and do crazy stuff with it, and then perhaps transform or convert it back to analog for some good sounds or modulation, or you can use the bit outs for sequencing stuff or triggering stuff or whatever. So the idea is cool and somehow so crazy that I wanted to dig into it, and I found all modules used for a good price, and you see it's blinking like hell. I did not record it, I just depatched it because I want to show you something and explain why I'm absolutely not happy right now. Because these are the modules I got. It's DREZNO II, which is the main module, I would say, or you can use some of them standalone, like the DREZNO or Berlin, and others not, like I think Gera, and these are expanders, and you can configure different things, like here Erfurt in this patch is only a clock. It's not connected to the rest. It's just a clock. You see it ticking up here, and you can switch a couple of stuff. I won't go into details of the modules. I think there are enough videos out there. And yes, I did a patch, and the good thing is everything blinked and worked. Potsdam is not connected because it's not lighting up, so do not wonder, it's not connected to power actually. But this is a very small case, and I just switch it off so I can take out some modules. And the good thing is you can configure the modules or subsystem like you want. You can pair one and the other and do a separate pair with others, and or do a bus like with 5 modules or 6, and so on and so on. At the end there are 8 modules: Erfurt, Gera, Rostock, Jena, Berlin, Potsdam, DREZNO, and Lipsk, which I do not have here. Waiting for the parcel. Should be here tomorrow, hopefully. But my motivation to do something with these modules is below 0, and I explain why. As I said, this is a small case, and the idea is that you configure the modules like you want. So when you have a look here, you see you have your power and your bus in and out, and here power, bus in and out, and so on and so on, which means you have fed millions of cables, especially in this small case. You see it's not so easy to get a feeling what is what, and especially at the beginning when you want to change things, like connect Gera to Rostock or Berlin to Jena, and then DREZNO to Gera and whatever, you would have to get all the modules out of the case and repatch it, and then install it again. And what happened to me, yes, I'm stupid, I know, and it's my fault, but at the end I'm really pissed today, because I just blew roughly 300 euros in the wind. As I said, these modules are used, no guarantee, and especially if you do some bad stuff. And here, because when I wanted to do no video, I just wanted to post a picture or two and explain something, but I think it's important to see it in real life, because if I just post a picture, you might have said, okay, hey, Alex, you're just an idiot, because you have to take care of that and you have to take care of that. And yes, and that's life. Because I just wanted to reconfigure something, so DREZNO was in here, and it seems like, oh, this cable is coming from that module and this from the back here, because you do not want, or I did not want to take out all of the modules just to configure the bus differently. So I put it out, this one here, DREZNO, and thought, okay, this is a cable from here, but you see it's a small case. And the main problem here is that when you have a look here and there, you might see the problem or the risk. This here is a power cable, and that's a bus cable. And most of the modules have this 16-pin power connector, but not all. So Gera and I think, I'm not sure, Lipsk and whatever have another one. So you have different cables in here, and you see in this case, when you do not get everything out, and even if you see it's sometimes not absolutely clear what is what, because it seems like this cable comes from the power header and this from the module, but as you do not see it correctly, you can accidentally take the wrong one. And this was what I did. So sadly, I plugged one power cable on the bus here. And now the module is roasted and I can throw it away. And now perhaps you can understand why I'm absolutely, sorry for the word, pissed today. And thinking about if I sell all the modules without doing something with it. Because if I want to use it correctly, or in future, I would have to buy a second one of these. And this is, I think it's the most expensive of all. And as there are the analog digital converters and digital analog converters in it, the most sensitive, I think. So don't get me wrong, it was my fault, no question. But this happened now before I used this module once. And now you can imagine why I really think if I want to buy a second one, because the risk is, yeah, it's there. And as you see here in real, it's millions of cables. And so one tip I would give everyone who's using this system, somehow you should mark your bus cables. So I will do that. I will mark them with a color, or I'm not sure what's in English. Perhaps I see if my wife has some color for the nails or whatever. But what I do definitely is marking these cables with a color code or whatever. I tried to get other ones with another color, but I didn't find them. So this is a tip I would give you, because if not, and you plug in the wrong cable, power cable, accidentally on the bus, it can roast the module. And additionally, I think it could roast more modules than one, because it's a bus and it's connected somehow. So I tried the others out and they seem to work. But just to make you aware that when you do this mistake, like I did, and I would say I'm not, in this case, yes, but normally no stupid guy, and I pay attention what I do, and what I've written in one comment. I was never so anxious to turn on, not before this happened, to turn on the system and see if it's working, or if something's going or blowing up or burning or dying or whatever. Because for me, normal, you have one cable for power, and then you have perhaps like an expander or something like that. But mainly these are 6-pin or 16-pin or whatever. And here in this case now, as I had this cable lying here, power cable, because I have modules with 10 pin, and it seemed like it would come from the neighbor module, but it didn't. It was below, the cable was going down below this module and then came out here, and it looked like it was that, but it was not. So to make it short, my motivation to do something with this system is below zero, as I said today. I did a patch, which I just depatched, and yeah, I wanted to record it, but yeah, to be honest, no. I do not want to do something just to publish something. It's about fun, and I don't have any fun today with that. And yes, so again, the modules are cool. The concept is cool. A couple of things I would like to have improved, like here you have these, I'm not sure what the right name is, but you have this plastic around, and you cannot connect it wrongly. And on the other modules, the 16-pin power headers have this, however it's called. You cannot do it wrong. And in this case, it's also, so you have no possibility to do a mistake here, and that's good. But XAOC Devices, guys. Here it's not. And additionally, it's depending on the module how it's marked. So when you see it, okay, just a second. So you have to be super careful with in and outs, that you connect an out to an in, and this into this in to that out, and this into that out, or the other way around, or whatever. So you have to be really careful. And this, I was not used in modular, okay? One point. The other is, as you see here, on this module, you have the out and in, and you have this arrow here, which marks the red line, or minus 12 volts. Here you have the dots, so it's not consistent. I'm not sure if there are different. Here you have the arrows. Here you have a picture with the arrow. So here you have the arrow below. So you see it's differently, and I do not get why a company does this so inconsistently. So yeah, when I would have a wish, I would wish the best idea would to use headers which have this plastic around, so that you cannot put it wrongly on it. Then you would do not have to take care about dots and arrows and whatever. So the system itself is cool. The idea is really cool. I love that, because it's, yeah, it's kind of weird to think in binary when you do or when you work with analog signals. Even if you have a digital oscillator or whatever, at the end what comes out is analog. So the idea is cool, and the modification of bits is cool. And yes, I just wanted to let you know that I'm not sure if I will do videos with that system the next days, because right now I don't want to. And additionally, as DREZNO is not working anymore, and I have to think about if I want to buy another one. But as I mentioned, it's expensive, and I haven't used it once. And yes, again, it was my fault, not the fault of the module. But this can happen, and it showed me that because of when you experiment with these, you have to put them out and reconfigure the bus multiple times. So it's a lot of effort, in my opinion, to do something with it, because I'm not the guy. I build one subsystem and then it stays like it is, and I do a lot of stuff with it. I'm more about experimenting and connecting Gera to Jena to Berlin, whatever, and then this and that, and try out what happens. And when you do it like that, you have a lot of effort to put out the modules and reconnect the bus. And additionally, here you do not see which cable is what. So I have no clue if... Now, let's see, this cable, what is it? Is it power? Is it a bus? If it's a, I would assume it's a bus. But what I learned when killing this here, you don't know. And when these are all screwed in, and you want to change the bus somehow, you have always the risk that you lose the track, what is what, and then you have to pull out all modules. Let's see. Okay, okay, it's a loose cable. Here is a cable. What is that? Okay, it's a bus cable, and it's from Berlin, but even then I do not know, is it out or in? No idea. I have to look. Okay, it's in. You know what I mean? So don't get me wrong. The idea of the subsystem is cool, and the idea is cool, and I'm just not so happy today because I just blew up a lot of money, but this is not the fault of the system. I just want to tell you, when you're interested in that, and you have more than 2 modules, because if you have just like DREZNO and Leibniz, or perhaps 3, I think it's okay, because then you probably will not have to reconfigure it very often. But as soon as you want to go deep into this subsystem, like I did, so I'm waiting for Leibniz, and then I have all 8 of them, and I wanted to try them out. And but then you just have to be aware that it's a lot of reconfiguring cables, tracking cables, and I think every time in the future, if I use this system again and change something, I will sweat like hell when I switch the system on, because now I've seen how fast you can kill such a module. And I'm not sure if this would have happened to another module. Perhaps this is the most sensitive because of the DAC and ADC. I'm not sure. But I can solder and so on, but I cannot repair this because it's all SMT. No idea what is what's broken, because these faders work, the lights work, and so on. So I think parts of the module work, but these are all lighting up. Does not do anything. You cannot link it anymore, and so it seems like the digital analog digital part is some kind of roasted. So again, sorry for this bad news. I know a couple of guys wanted to see me doing something with these modules. And perhaps tomorrow the world looks brighter again, but today, yeah, perhaps you can understand I'm not so happy, because I wanted to get my hands on Batumi 2 in the future, and this is a really expensive module, I think. And I just thought, let's do it, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And I would have bought it if I would have found a good offer, but I haven't. And now I will have to postpone that and think about buying this. But yeah, perhaps you can understand, I hate buying one module twice. And this is just, I can throw it away. So if somebody is out there, knows how to repair these, or has a good idea or whatever, I'm open. Drop me a line, would be nice. And again, the module is the modules itself, and the idea, and the XAOC Devices modules are really cool. I have a couple of them, like the Odessa, which I just did a patch last evening, but haven't recorded it. Perhaps I wanted to do it this evening, but I'm not sure. Perhaps, yeah, let's see. And Sophia and Sada with the NIN. and Moskwa with the expander, which by the way, the expander of Moskwa, it's Ostankino #2, has also the Leibniz bus, so you can connect the Ostankino expander to this Leibniz subsystem, and the Odessa VCO, this additive VCO, has also connect to the Leibniz bus, so you can connect that too. So this is why I started this, because I already have a couple of modules which could be connected to that, and I'm absolutely interested what it can do, because I did not really find something what it's, or nobody really used it. I found 1 or 2 videos, but not explaining too deep how it's working and what Odessa does when it's connected. And also the Ostankino II, I think there was a video which was explaining a bit. But I like this idea of subsystems and configurability and doing weird ideas, weird in a positive way. So I like this. Yeah, but now I have to see if I want to buy a second DREZNO II, or if I find a good offer and then have to wait again and so on. So let's see. This is just my update. And as I mentioned, as a tip, if you deal with this system, do it like I will do. Your bus cables, mark them somehow with a color or whatever, so that you see if it's a bus cable or if it's a power cable. Then you can save a lot of money, because it's enough when you repatch it 500 times and only once you do this mistake, and then it's roasted. And when the bus itself roasts other modules additionally, you can really fast kill 1,000 euros or more with just one wrongly plugged in cable. So now you're informed. And yes, I think, yeah, as I mentioned, the world looks brighter tomorrow. But today I don't have any motivation to do something with my modular, because I don't want to see it today. But this video I thought is good to make, especially with this bus cable topic. Okay, then stay safe, have a good time, and see you soon, hopefully. Bye bye.